Hi there viewers, I'm the Extraordinary Tourist and welcome to what will probably be another driveway skate video. Don't know what I'm going to be doing yet, so we'll just see what I can put together in the edit. With that said, let's get on with the skating. So I thought I'd do my warm-up session here, just running through Braille's Skateboarding Made Simple Volume 1 tricks, just to sort of get a record of where I am with that. As you can see, I've sort of got the first 3 tricks kind of down. The Ollie, front side Ollie, sometimes I can get the back side Ollie, but that's pretty much where it sort of stops for me from there. I still can't seem to get my Rop Shove-its. There was a time when I was sort of getting a lot closer than you see here, but I've sort of been out of practice of late, so I'm going to put it down to not skating as often as I have been sort of through the summer, because it's winter here in Australia, so I'm not able to get out as much. And this session was in fact the first time I'd been on a skateboard in almost 2 weeks, because it had just sort of been a bit sort of too cold to be out outside skateboarding, and I had a lot of things I wanted to get done inside, so I imagine that's sort of reflecting on this particular session and how well I did by sort of not being out there. My heel flips weren't particularly good this session. The sort of new technique that I was trying last time wasn't working for me as often, but again that could have just been because I've sort of been out of practice with sort of nearly 2 weeks off the board. So, and the same with kickflips as well. I didn't get any of my kickflips landed even remotely close during this session, so again, just out of practice I'd imagine. So then I decided to go back and do work on my board slider, and I had an idea for a new trick I wanted to try. So if you haven't guessed, I'm trying to do a nose slide shove it out. I gave someone else some advice on how to do it from how I remember doing it when I used to do them on curves. So I thought I'd give them a go here. As you heard me say there, I sort of gave some advice to someone else on how to do these based on how I used to do them off of curbs way back in the day. And I was actually trying to slide these, but because my nose slides don't tend to go very far most days anyway, I was just focusing more on just getting onto the slider and then doing the shove it. Those little jumps off the slider onto the board that I did, I was trying to sort of break down the trick a little bit for myself, because I was finding trying to do the shove it and jumping onto it again, I was having that sort of issue of where you think if you jump back on the board it's going to suddenly flick out from under you or something like that. And that was really helped by doing those little jumps off the board slider and onto the board. I found that when I did that, it sort of got me closer to getting the actual shove it part and my feet in the right spot for that. But there you go, that was one that I got. That's two of those landed. I'm going to move on to something else. After that I decided to try these blunts again. I'm still not convinced I'm going to be able to do these because of how wide the board slider is. I can't seem to be able to balance my sort of back of the board on top of the slider in a position where I can actually ollie out of it again. It either goes over too far, so it's like going over a spine into a tail stall, or it doesn't rest on there far enough so that my back foot falls down onto the floor, and I can't seem to find a happy medium between that. But I'm just trying to sort of practice getting out of this blunt just to make sure it's possible, because I think actually learning to get into it is easier than getting out of it. So that's why I'm not trying to ollie into it every single time. Here you go, I got really close with my ollies getting out of that blunt. So I'm thinking if I can get those down, it might make it easier to sort of get on and off these blunts. I think I'm going to leave that there for now, but you can see on a few of those, getting pretty close to getting out of it. Hi there, this is future editing me, just cutting into my own video to let you know that after this section where I was recording myself or filming myself doing blunts, I did actually spend some time doing more heel flips and more kick flips, but unfortunately I didn't notice that my camera had actually run out of battery at the time, so I didn't sort of think to get another camera out and replace it or anything. And the GoPro that I use doesn't have any kind of screen that sort of tells you or gives an obvious clue that it's not going, and I missed the little red sort of blinking light on the top. So yeah, just letting you know there was a whole extra section that I filmed on this particular day, and either fortunately or unfortunately, depending on how you feel about watching me practice stationary heel flips and kick flips, that stuff didn't get recorded. So there you go, just letting you know. Now back to past me to close out the video. So I'm going to leave that there. I hope you enjoyed whatever I edited together in this particular video. If this is your first video on the channel, I do skateboarding and art videos. If that's something you'd like, maybe consider subscribing. If you are subscribed, don't forget to hit the bell notification button so that you know whenever I put out a video, which is, I'm trying to do videos once a week and sort of managing it, but doesn't always happen every week, I should say. So hitting that bell notification will make sure you don't miss a video if I happen to skip a week and you're sort of wondering where I am. But I'll leave it there. Till next time, I'll see you later. Bye for now.